Hello everybody, and welcome to the demonstration portion of our Module 8 training. This demonstration will be shown on the standardized EHR GUI. If you have any questions or comments, or if you like more information on that GUI, please reach out to David Taylor and myself and we'll point directions. Alright, let's get into sharing my screen here and go into it. So in this demonstration, I'm going to have 3 different users, and I'm going to walk through the different ways to get into the system, and hopefully one of them will be very similar to what you have on your own home system. So here before you, you have the standardized GUI. I'm going to move to the EHR. You don't have to have a patient selected for any of this, so we're good. And as I demonstrated in the presentation, you can engage the system by, I made a program launcher, which will make, again, the separate chat session off to the side. So now that I have this separate chat session, I'm going to close it because I want to show you the other way you can get into it. And this is where I see that it's tucked away on most EHRs. So it's probably located here, either under your tools, or sometimes people have options as a separate piece. If you go into tools, oh, sorry, not options, tools. Oh, I am wrong. I have it only available under the chat session, but I have seen in some systems it's under options or the tools area up here to get to the chat session. I removed it from. Those are a couple places to kind of look for that kind of information up here in your taskbar. Right now, I'm just going to go to the chat here, and we'll have our session here. So right now, as you can see, I have myself. Invite. I'm going to invite C student. I've clicked them. I'll hit OK to hit multiple people at one time. And C here is here's my C student, and you can now see the invitation from B. You click on it. Now we're all part. They have their own dialogue. We're now part of that discussion, and you can see up here. The student has started or joined the session. Here you can now type about the situation, how is your day, and send. There you go. You can see where I typed my statement to them. The other user just gets their statement, and they can say, respond. Yeah. You can kind of see it's a longitudinal record. As I said before, you can maximize it, you can minimize it. It's really up to you on how this is going to function for you. Now, if you noticed, I just launched another chat session because I now want to have a separate chat student. Now I'm in user D. Could have more than one discussion going on. It just depends on the groups and how you need it relayed out. There you go. I now have this discussion going on with this group. I have this discussion going on with a different person, and I can now minimize that. Again, it's not tied to a patient, not tied to anybody specific, and you can have multiple ones open. The only disadvantage I would say to this one is discerning what chat session is the one that you want to talk to, so you have to really kind of pay attention to who's in your group, know the differences between the groups, etc. Doesn't like let you personally identify it in any other way, so you really have to, that's one kind of thing that might get a little confusing. If you use multiple chat sessions, I have heard some sites doing that. Usually I see just one provider with their team and see how you want to do it. As far as modification, remember they can kind of hide things by moving pieces over, how much do they want to see, how much they want to read, do they want to make the whole box bigger? Ever float your boat. In here, I can make the message area bigger, smaller. You can organize up, down. In this particular way, I don't really see an advantage to organizing this up and down, but the option is still there. You can columns. And that is pretty much it as far as the demonstration on it. You can have multiple sessions. If this is down, let's see, this was my user B. Let me text. B, separate session to user B. So I want to go to my D. See, this is where it can get a little confusing if you have multiple sessions out there. That one's test. Minimize these. Actually, let me close it out and reinitiate people real quick. And what we're going to test here is once it's closed out, obviously we know we lose all that information. But what where we're going to demonstrate here is that when you do text somebody and you minimize it on one person, it's not going to like pop up in front of everybody. All right, so I have one big happy group. I'm going to minimize this one out, and now I'm going to send information. All right, so I sent the message. The only indication you know something has happened, though, is if you notice, and it depends really on your browser, the chat session now, instead of being like blacked out, is now got information on it. But if you notice, it didn't pop up. It didn't go in front of my face. I now notice that this is highlighted. I can now click it, and I can say, oh, hey, talking to me. See, now it's black. I'm now sending another message. Black down here in the corner. Now it's flashing. All right, I believe now we have completed the demonstration portion of this. Actually, one last thing. Here's where I was saying before, if you have a message in here, you don't want it, clear. If you don't, you're tired of seeing everything up there and you want to clear it, it's gone. It's not saved. So again, it's not going to store this anywhere. Once it's gone, it's gone. And if you notice, if I shut down my EHR, it should shut down also. Yep, see? Gone, gone. So it doesn't store it, doesn't keep it. You can't save it off anywhere or anything like that, but it's pretty functional once it's up there. Alrighty, with that, let me stop sharing my screen and we'll open it up to any additional questions if people have them. Otherwise,